Good, excuse me, good evening. Welcome. All right, we just get situated. Go. Just do it. Go. Make sure there's no information anywhere that needs to be like not somewhere. No, I think everything is good. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Doing some actual game development today for a change. I mean, I might change to Hitman later, but for now, I have some stuff I need to do. Some stuff indeed. Right. Everything's still working. Yeah, it is. Good. Good. Right. So I need to do stuff. Making a linked list. Well, I just need to make a new script, don't I? Under, where's my notes? Sprites. Notes. Script. Resource. Okay, so we need should be a resource buildable. Empty extends node. No, extends buildable. An empty node. Extend. There we go. That's what I needed. I've got a battery for that. Right. Do I not have a... It's still there. Guys. Set origin tile, place it. Detach it from preview so it doesn't shift around. Right, let's modify buildable. Instead of we want to be able to override this. Place, so it's not place building. So we've got place. This is going to call remove base. So it's got separately. So what we need for this one? Manager. Place. As you know, it's specified as place building. My keyboard is being a pain today, so over type, that's why. Now we're going to conveyor. It's definitely there. There we go. Conveyors should still work. They do. Good. Print convey or placed. Make sure this is overriding properly. Yep, there we go. Good. Requirement 2 are never used. They will be in a minute. Null to begin with. We have orientation, don't we? Orientation, yes. Because conveyor extends buildable, should have access to the orientations. So we do a match on orientation. Orientations dot left. Down. Let's just get the defaults in. There we go. That was right. I need. Oh yeah, this is the problem I was gonna have. Right, can I do that? This. So if I had a... Do I have access to... I don't. Okay. Get Building with a X and a Y. Vector 2. That returns a vector 2. As a vector. I don't remember my keyboard's playing up, so. Can you not override like that? Get building by that. Hey, Mr. Psychic. Most of this I can move into here. Been busy, is it? Finish up that. Get building by position. We'll pass through this position. Something like. Ah, yeah, that explains a lot. Luckily, we weren't affected by it at work, but get building at this week at not by at position at mouse. I need to strip my keyboard down at some point. Just getting around to it. Yeah, that explains a lot. Canvas item. It has to be a canvas item. Main is. Build manager is not. Actually, I could move that. Yeah, I know what I'm gonna do. Steal both these functions. Go to build manager, where they belong. We've got a main. Get world space. Are we just going to return world space 2D? So can we go dollar flash dot, so it'd be I'm going to go to this and go building manager. Get building out mouse. Now let's try this. Okay, let's basically put this. Alright, let's get world space. I'll just do that. No. Before I drag this in. How's that? This in build manager. Let's have a look. What I'm going to do is and then on main, on ready, we're going to go and then we're going to go to build manager. And way to go. Main. Let's try this. Demolish. Yeah, so that still works. Good. Let's get position mouse. Get origin tile coords. Position which should be vector 2. Func get building at tile coords. We have vector position vector 2i. Be this, I think. Yeah, map to local. Actually, I'm gonna set this as a const. Const tile map offset 511. We group this, go down to here. So we'll get the original Let's just call that tile pause. And then we call get building at position tile, which should be a bit, yeah, vector 2. So back to the conveyor. So we've got position, or the origin, that's unbuildable. Origin cell. So if we're pointing left, if origin cell origin cell dot x, yeah, +1, yeah. So cell x +1 building equals building manager dot get did I put title cell? Pass through cell. If building is not equal to null, then I want to print building dot name. So put this down there. That failed. Oh, it's build, not building. There we go. There's a conveyor down there. Still fell over. Let's spell something right. Wrong. If the cell's not null, now what is origin cell? Yeah, origin cell is vector 2i. Copy, in case I misspelt it. You telling me I can't access Build Manager? That's... can't be right. That cannot be right. That's being added to here. Why are you...
Your consciousness will now get turned off.
User interface can. Let me see, run. There.
Your consciousness will now get turned off.
Nothing in there. I really don't want to have to path it myself. I have to path it myself, don't I?
Your consciousness will now get turned off.
And would that work? No. Get tree. Okay, so no, that doesn't work. It's been used elsewhere, hasn't it? It's in, what's it? It was in tower. Base. I know it's sort of somewhere. There we go. Get tree.root. Not get node. Gotta be a better way of doing it, but managers. Build manager. Now let's try it. Cool, so let's test this. Put a breakpoint here. So if orientation is left, 13 minus 9. That's 14 minus 9. Put into it. So remote debug sprite. Move this into my other screen a moment. So the debug sprite should be at 464. Alright, 239. Okay, debug sprite's in the right place. We'll see it there. So it's picked up as a collider. And it's returned the building. but it returned the building. Try that again. Building is currently null. Into. Oh. I forgot to return it there. So we go to conveyor, remove this breakpoint. Conveyor. Conveyor. Conveyor placed and conveyor. Excellent. So if the building is not null, and if the building checks to building as buildable is not null, print name. I mean, in context to the factory, everything next to it should be a buildable. I do that there, then put a conveyor there, store barrel. So 2 becomes building. Class name. Conveyor. Actually, let's try this. So let's print building dot name. So this time around, put a conveyor there. We'll put a store barrel there. Conveyor to that. Conveyor placed, but not. There we go. So yeah, I want 2 equal building. It's 2 is a buildable, which I want it to be a buildable. Right, so select building. Building.toggle select. So for selecting, so on conveyor, trunk, toggle select. Actually, let's grab this to make sure I get it right. What we call super with select. Then we do a if select. Else If 2 is not equal to null, then we want 2 dots toggle select. Actually, do I even need to do the if? No, I don't. So if we do this, conveyor, deselect that, conveyor, there we go, that's what I wanted. We'll just do from actually this would be as conveyor because I don't want to select other factory buildings. There's a lot of duplicated code here. I don't want that. So let's shift some of this out. Right, so get the origins when it's placed. Don't need that anymore. Do all the base stuff for place. Grab the cell origin, so the cell that's the top left corner for multi-cell buildings, because this is specifically for conveyor. It'll be the block the conveyor is at. Check its orientation, and we can modify the cell's X and Y positions based upon the origin. So we want for right -1, and this will be Y. This might be the wrong way around. Save. Run. If we put the conveyor and we angle it down, and if we go up, I mean, there's no point doing that. So we need to check. So if the building is a conveyor, and the origin isn't opposite, func get orientation opposite. We're taking orientation even, which is of type orientations. I don't have to put this on conveyor as well, do I? Pass. There we go. So we go if orientation equals 1, return. Actually, if orientation equals orientations dot left, orientations dot right, if orientation dot down, return up. It's right, turn left, and if it's up, turn down. So if it's not a conveyor, if it gets orientation opposite, orientation building dot orientation, get orientation not. So if it's not facing the opposite, so if we do turn that round to that, yes, they are thing. Whereas if I get another one and put it there, they're counted as a single one. Right. And also we want building dot from to equal this. So if we do this, we now got conveyor an infinite recursion. Oh, okay, yes, that is. That is right. I can solve that. Buildable func is selected. I already have it. Hey, Shadow Wolf. Do I already have it is selected? I don't. So let's add our selected as a ball. Is selected equals true. Is selected equals false. Turn is selected. Turn is selected. Now we've got a conveyor. If select. So I do actually need that. Else. Missed that. If it is a conveyor, and we're selecting, if two dots is selected, it's not selected, then we want to select it. And conversely, that should get rid of the recursive issue. I hope. There we go. Conveyor also needs a bar is complete, which is a bool. Just will select on place. This is just getting the to instead of the previous buildings from. Could we get an issue? Yes, we could. We've got a conveyor there and a conveyor there. That treats them the same, which is good. Get that and go there. Yeah, because that's the from. That's not the from. All right. If building dot from is null. So we go conveyor, work down like that. Grab this. And we grab this, put it here. Yeah, it doesn't select. I need to put it now so that will work. But that will need to check 3 sides for the right orientations. The build manager is that. I'm going to need it a couple of times probably. Punk. Get 2 conveyor. This we want a build manager. So all of this goes into there. Get 2 conveyor. So now we need a get from conveyor. Also uses the build manager. I'm going to do it get from conveyor. That. So we want to do this. Get the origin cell. -1, -1, +1, +1. So this time I'm going to have to. Yeah, I'm going to have to do this 3 times. This is going to get messy. I'm going to have to do it this way, I'm afraid. Oh. Yeah, so it's not facing. So actually with this one, I want to make sure it is facing a certain direction. So if the building's orientation is also left, because this is checking behind it. Yes, it's the problem. Yeah, because the 2 is working, so when you put it after, want to make sure the buildings are not already feeding something. I mean, you shouldn't be feeding anything because it's single direction. I'll leave the code in there anyway. So if it is a if it is a conveyor belt and it is facing left, which is towards this building, set it. Otherwise, using the origin again, and then set del dot y. Is this the 2? So down is plus. Up is minus. Yeah, so check the cell above it. If the cell above it, it's facing down, we do the same thing. And then we do one last time where we check if the cell is pointing out. The conveyor is pointing up. So we have a conveyor there. Put that there. Put that like that. So I haven't done that yet. So that's yeah, that's right. We can't have adjoining conveyors. I haven't done the other orientations yet for the from. Right, so if we are facing down, we want to check the cell above. Building is or building is not currently. Okay. Yeah, so grab the building. That's something I'm not actually doing. I don't know how the rest of this works. It shouldn't have done. If we have that pointing down, that. Right. So down, check above it. Then we check to the left of it. Should be this one. But there would be plus. Looking for right. Then it would be looking for left on a -1. This is down. It's from facing down. That works. If I place that, and then that works. I put a conveyor, that. Left is done, down is done. Right, we basically need to invert everything. Actually, those two are fine. Although it'd be... Actually, no, we can check up. We go basically clockwise. And then basically it is down. Flipped. That should set that regardless of direction. That didn't work. That should have checked up. That's when facing. I think I actually got these the wrong way around. Because the default for Build Manager is orientation left. Build mode. Oh. Base building. That is right, not left. You watch this mess up all of my... Actually... Yeah, you watch this mess up all of my rotations. So where am I enums? That should be right, up, left, down. Means we'll go there. Probably all of these are wrong. And I apologize, Lynn, if changing these rotations messes up your work, but the rotations are the wrong way around. They need fixing. So it needs to be right. Enums. No, it would be right down, wouldn't it? Left, up. That way. That way. Right. Down. Left. Up. The rotation code. We got that's wrong as well. So if you're up, it needs to become right. Right, so if it's facing right. Okay, let's sort out the neat and easy one. The 2. Right, down, left, up. Should still be fine with that dot. Yes, that seems to be working. If we go up, up. So I do want to make a change to the user interface. Actually, no, it'd be under build mode, wouldn't it? Build manager. Build mode. If last selected building is not equal to null, call last selected building dot toggle select false. Last selected building equals null. Start on conveyor. Hey, UTS. I'm not too bad, thank you. Yourself? It's not the opposite orientation. Put a breakpoint here and have a look. Orientation 1. All right, now that. Okay, that seems to be fine. Well, happy birthday. I hope you had a good day. So, that good. On that. Yeah, it seems to be good now. On the 2s anyway. Okay, and go down with that. Yeah, that all seems to be working, so it's now the froms. Right, so if the conveyor is facing right, you want to get the cell behind it. Check if it's already feeding something, which it shouldn't be because directional. So above or below. So if we've got a conveyor facing up and we put conveyor facing right in, does that need to be negative as well? Then that is a positive. Try that. No, okay. Okie dokie, Mr. Psychic. Hope you feel better soon. that in there. That there. I'm cell orientation right.
Your consciousness will now
Building is not a conveyor. Building is not a conveyor. Building is not a conveyor.
Your consciousness will now get turned off.
Try that again. And 7. Building at oh, I see. I forgot to get building again. I'll check to see if the building is actually building unless I get the building. So conveyor facing up. Conveyor facing that way.
Your consciousness will now get turned off.
Huh. Alright. Conveyor facing up.
Your consciousness will now get turned off.
Hang on, have I got the... Right, it's X. Now is what? Yeah. Let's take the breakpoint off a minute. Let's try it on the flat. So on the flat it works. But we are getting the from. So we managed to get it at 6.9. Origin 17.9. 16.9 is the tile before it. And we check to see if the orientation is correct, which it is because we add it. So if we have one going down, let me add one that way. Right, okay, so I see. Oh no, that did work. So the building's orientation is wrong. Let me put breakpoint here. Take breakpoint off here a minute. To conveyor place. We want orientation is 0, which is right, which is correct. orientation is 1, which should be down. Yep, its orientation is down. Correct. Orientation 2, correct. So this should be orientation 3, which is correct. Stop and play. Continue. Yeah. Step into. Step into, because there's no building. So this one, the orientation is right. This should return nothing. It does. So it's 24 minus 7. We have a building. Said building's orientation is 1, which is down. Yeah, that didn't add it. Look at building. Oh, unless this is broken. Shouldn't be, though. Oh, these are both -1. Okay. That's why it's working. Check behind it. Check above it. Right, check from, it checks behind it. Then it checks above it. Then it checks below it. Like that. So if the orientation is right, so then if the orientation is down, goes there. Then we check if the orientation is left. Then we check if the orientation is up. So if the orientation is down, I want to check above it because it's going, obviously, that's the contiguous line. Then I want to check x plus 1, which should be facing left. Then that's x. I want not. No, it's down. Orientation down. Yeah. So x plus 1 is left, and x minus 1 is right. Then if it's facing left, we first want to check the x plus 1 if it's pointing left. Then we want to check y minus 1. Y minus 1 is pointing down. And y plus 1 is up. Y plus 1 is up. Then we want to check right and left. So right is -1, left is +1. That should do that. So play this. Get that breakpoint off. Be able to do that, which you can. You should be able to do that, which you can. That. That will work because it won't get into recursive because that doesn't link to that. Get 2 and get the from should be done. So this is for creating a joined conveyors, contiguous conveyors. The conveyor is just from one end to the other. You want to go to door barrel. This is no longer buildable, this is a resource buildable. Which I bet you I haven't. Class name is a resource buildable. Door barrel. The resource buildable. If we go to store barrel. Oh, speaking of migraines, I have one myself. All right. So I want to do a new function. Func is check for complete. So let's have a quick look. Google can be not helpful sometimes. So I just want to know the syntax in GDScript for a while loop. I don't need posts telling me don't use a while loop, because I know what I'm doing. I know when I need to use a while loop. So we have 2 equals 2. Var from equals from while 2 not equal to while 2 equal as buildable not equal to null. I think. Let me just think this through a second. So we want to check along all the 2's to see if they get to a place to get conveyors. Yeah, so we want if to as resource buildable yeah, so every iteration, right, we start off at there. For every iteration, we want to move to the next one, check its type. Var 2 complete false var from complete equals false. So if 2 is a resource buildable, actually it needs double. Oh yeah, if it's where's my on select? Oh, so if it is a conveyor, select it. If it's not, because it can still be there as a buildable. From and to, they're complete, so I don't need those. Probably not how you spell opposite, but that's fine. Reverses all the way through. If it's buildable, break out, and that should break out of the while. Uh, 2 becomes 2.2. And it's conveyor. You can't find type 2 on conveyor. Right there. While 2 as a buildable is not null, if 2 is a resource buildable, mark complete and break out. Then essentially it's the same thing. So we want to check on place. Is it on place? Yes. Right, let's check to make sure I haven't broken it just by putting down 2 conveyors. Are we doing the check? We are. Good. Continue on. Right. If 2 is null, if from is null, because now we need to check to see if we can get a resource buildable on either end. Be able to mark it as complete. Actually, I need to make a modification to this as well. While from complete, wait, I can actually do a 2. Okay, I do need to make a quick change for addition actually. So if 2 complete and from complete, we mark is complete to true. Then I want to do this again. Grab both these. Well, conveyor is not null. Two dots. Is complete equals is complete. And we do from dot is complete. Equals is complete. Because the two complete, the from complete are individual. So when I do a check for complete, we'll loop through all of them. If we find a resource buildable, we break out there and mark two complete is done. Then we do the same for from. So if from complete is done, then check both of them, as in the both local versions. If they are both true, then we loop through every two that is a conveyor and every from that is a conveyor. And mark them as is complete. Second. There we go. Right, okay. So if yeah, so this one doesn't need to be recursive. One sec, I gotta hang now. There you go. Yeah, so this one isn't recursive, but it needs to check. Get from conveyor, get to. Basically the same thing. Clear those. Run that. There you go. They're gone. Yeah. So two. If two is null still, but it's not got a conveyor. Although I could do it in here. Instead of get two conveyor, just get two and get prom.
Goddo Game Dev.
Giotto Game Dev, welcome. How are you doing today? Well, I hope. Right, let's have a look. Yeah, so if the building is a conveyor, we set the check the direction and set from to etc. Do I want to make the conveyor a resource buildable? I'm always checking it as conveyor first. Which means I could move the to and the from, make them resource buildables and move them into let's do that. So it's a resource buildable. You two are going into resource buildable. Which should fix my that's conveyor. Place from. I'm checking as conveyors specifically. I can cut this code down, I know I can. And that does... Yeah. Okay, cool. That a resource buildable. That a resource buildable. Funk. From as convey your orientation orientations. We need to pass through the building. The orientation, or the expected orientation, so building manager get building at tile coords returns. I'm fairly confident it just returns a building. Yes, returns as buildable. Well, I guess it returns an object that's a thing, so we type this as buildable. And we take this here, put it in here. Then we just do this, building orientations.write. down.
Your consciousness will now get turned off.
Up. So this gets rid of a lot of the duplicated code.
Will now get turned off.
It makes me feel a little bit better. That's left. Right. So this is left. This is down. And this is up.
Your consciousness
This one is
will now
also
get turned
up.
off.
That's right. And that's left. Don't think I actually need those.
Your consciousness will now get turned off.
This is getting the from. Realistically, the from can only come from the rear. Should be the first one of, or yeah, the first one of each. We've got from as conveyor. So now we have from as resource buildable. We'll take a buildable as this resource buildable is not null. We don't need to worry about orientation. We just make sure it's not already feeding something. We want to return true and return false. So we go if not. So if it's looped all the way through, fails to get so building is not a conveyor, it'll false out. If it is a conveyor, but it's in the wrong direction, it'll false out. If it's is a conveyor, it's in the right direction, but that conveyor already has a 2, it'll false out, otherwise it'll true out. If it's false, from as resource buildable building, and we don't need orientation for this one. Which I guess I'm going to do the same. Return true I don't think I'll ever actually need it, but you never know. Let me go down to the 2. So we copy this. We don't care about orientation. So we can put return in there. Actually, you know what? Because I don't want it to... There. Yeah, so... Move that back there. So it gets the cell behind it, no, in front of it. Gets the building there if there is one. If the building is a conveyor, checks its orientation. Make sure it's not opposite. Sets the from, to, etc. based on the normal. Does it already have a from? If it is a conveyor, regardless of what happens, we break out the method. If it's not a conveyor, then we check if it's a resource buildable. So obviously, a conveyor is a type of resource buildable now. Whereas we check, so if it is a resource buildable, we check if it's already being fed. Actually, resource buildables can be fed by multiple things. Conveyors can't. Resource buildables or resource processors can. You can have multiple inputs. Which depends on the size of the building. Because this here will make it so that a resource feedable or resource processor will only have one. Not what I want. I mean, a resource processor. I'm wondering if it's worth making conveyor go back to be buildable rather than a resource buildable. Include these in there and then put resource buildables. Having from and to differently. Having input as an array. Output and waste. I Yes, I can add it here anyway. Can I make it a typed array? Yes, I can. I think I do it elsewhere. Where do I do it? Probably in Build Manager. Most things are in Build Manager. Build Manager is probably the thing I've spent the most time on. Or is it in user interface? Don't need those there anymore. They've been moved into other methods. Sure, I've used arrays somewhere in this project. Oh, I know I have. There we go. I knew I'd used it somewhere.
Don't cry.
Inputs. Type. Resource buildable. There we go. Type object and then it's resource buildable object. We're gonna have one output, so we can have our output as a resource buildable equals as a resource buildable, and our waste. I don't know if waste is going to get used for the game jam, but it's there for future use. Bar produces resources as a bool. Bar produces waste as a bool. Bunk is resource pro is resource processor return Processes resources. Processes. That should be that. Return processes resources. Okay. Produces waste. Or is waste producer? Return produces waste. Things can take varying amount of time. I mean, I haven't put as much time into this project as I'd like. So Lintinator has put quite a bit of time in. Yeah, I mean, coding stuff can take a few hours to days. I mean, coding is my job at work, so I code all day, every day, which means I, generally speaking, have a faster speed of coding than like someone who doesn't work with it every day. Which is why I'm not too fussed that I'm a little bit behind where I wanted to be, because I know that I'll catch up as soon as I get time to sit down and just whack it out. But yeah, it takes time, indeterminate amount of time. Right, so we have, it is getting there. So 2, if it's a resource buildable, we want to go building dot inputs dot append step. Or I might want to add that as a method. Yeah, it'll do for now. I can refactor it later. Yeah, so if we put it there, it puts it in as an input. Then if we go to here, I want to change this. Actually, no, don't. Because why? I need an output in Resource Builder. Actually, no, I do need. Because I need to differentiate output and waste. So conveyor from resource, from as resource buildable. So if the building dot output is null, it's not outputting anything. So from this from, so the conveyor's from becomes building, and the building's output becomes the conveyor. And I return true. I said I'm not implementing waste just yet, so I might need to refactor this to be able to determine whether or not we're doing an output or a waste. And I don't know how I'm going to do that yet. Probably by having specific spots for the output. Don't particularly want to do at this stage. So we go, where's the check for complete? Got a pass there and a breakpoint on the pass. So we'll put a store there, and grab the conveyor and put it there. Which broke. So conveyor goes there. Check for complete on self. Is complete is false. Why is it false? Put a breakpoint in there. Actually, leave the breakpoint there. Continue it on. Demolish all of this. Put you down. Put you down. And put a conveyor down. And control is F10. So from is not null, but 2 is. Where's my 2 bit then? If you open from, get 2. Oh, right. Okay, yeah. I mean, conveyors can only feed one thing, so I don't need to check the 2 being null. And inputs, yeah. So that should... We put store down there, and a conveyor there. We'll continue it to there. Now we'll check self is complete as true. And it should be that every item in the... Where is the... Oh, it's complete is a conveyor belt specific, isn't it? So it's not going to actually show me, but yeah. All right. So that's the entire flow for conveyor belts. Conveyor belts now can link up resource stores. That old bug has come back. All right, so it's not quite working, but it's 10 past 11. I'll go for 2.5 hours. I was hoping to go for a little bit longer, but some of these are not working properly, and it's probably down to the orientation. Because as you saw, like that, if I rotate that, the rotations aren't exactly right. Now I had fixed this, but obviously I've changed the orientation direction. So if up goes right, the enums right, down, left, up. When we rotate a building, current orientation is right. I thought I had set orientation. Or is that actually about being buildable, isn't it? Did I? Is it simply that I've forgotten to put that on the sprite? Probably not. Probably something else I've forgotten. Is it on the conveyor? No, resource building doesn't have buildable. $90 times 0 is 0, so no rotation. All the way up to 4. Where do I set the orientation? Build mode for selected building. So build mode gets set to null, then I accept building back to the same building it's already on. Then we set the orientation to current orientation. If shift is not held down when I build something, it sets the orientation back right. I should probably put that under here. So if build mode is null. No. Place buildings, that'd be that I want. I mean, it's not going to matter in this case. Let's just check. Conveyor. Yeah, it might well have been because I was not doing it on the sprite. Right, so we've got a store here and a store here. Be able to do like that, which should be complete. My debugger complaining about. That's fine, 'cause that's all those. That, however,
Don't cry.
that is not good.
Talk to me.
Let's do that on the select. Continue. All the continues. Now if we do it on there, click. So self is complete. Follow the linked list all the way through. I had to click on the one at the end, didn't I? That's outputting to that, which is good. So now we get all the way through the twos until 2 becomes null. Actually, why don't I just do this? So the inputs has not. All right. Inputs as an array of object results buildable. Output the conveyor. So as conveyor, door, conveyor. All All right, so these I don't care about because they're on. But the push I do. So the building.inputs.append not working the way I want it to. So the resource, go to array. And I want to append. And A is a pushback. So pushback because conveyor is a resource buildable. And if I look at this, I set output as self. And the output was a type resource buildable. All right, let's try this a different way. Self. So we'll put this here. Put this as input. I want to see what type it reads input as. Door conveyor. So input resource buildable. But if we step over that, we get the error. And it failed. So if we look at still in conveyors for self 2, the input size is nothing. We go back to self. From is null. Oh, step. Now look at self. From is not null, so 2 is. And self is a resource buildable. I go as conveyor, And we try again. 2 stalls and a conveyor. We clear you up. And we step over. We get the errors. Trying to push. See, it says all right. What if in resource buildable? How do I make it a non-typed array? What is ref counted? I could actually, let's try this. So this is that, and this is a node, and this is a resource buildable. So let's try that. Store there and there, and there, and clear those warnings. Step over. Ah. We go there. We go to self. We go to. Okay, we've got array size of object. It comes back to the resource buildable. And take the breakpoint off, and okay, that is now done. I mean, there's a little bit more I need to do, but I can't really do that just yet. And it is now 11:30, so I am going to call my stream here. I think. Yeah, I am. So Shadow Wolf should be on tomorrow for her usual stream, and as far as I'm aware, both Saturday and Sunday will be as per usual. Obviously, that is subject to change. Feel free to join the Discord, or follow me on Twitter for updates. And I will let you know if, when, and what delays there are, if any. So, thank you all for watching, and I will catch you on the flip side.